Hello Internet, welcome to Making Money. My name's Eric and this is your Daily Dollar, our financial segment where I give you one financial lesson every day to help you reach your money goals. Yeah. So today's lesson is basically I have lied to you. But I've done so for the good of all of us. You may remember back when you were a kid in school, your teachers would lie to you. They may say things like molecules are the smallest thing, and then later on you would learn atoms are the smallest thing, and then later you would learn electrons and neutrons and protons are the smallest thing, and then maybe later there's strings that control everything. My point is that we're learning in phases, right? And one of the lessons that we did a while back, I had mentioned paying off debt. And one of the toughest, most painful debts are credit card loans, because they can really suck you in and create a foundation of just pain and, bleed away all your cash. And that they can be tough because credit card debt can be high interest. And it's considered a bad debt, and we talked about good versus bad debt. But today, I'm going to tell you, today's lesson is get a credit card. So we've said before that credit card debt is bad and you should avoid it at all costs. And that's still true, much like molecules are still very small. But now we're talking about atoms. Atoms are smaller than molecules. It is important to have credit. And we talked about this a little bit in our credit score videos. So we kind of touched a little bit on it already, but I kind of wanted to dive a little bit deeper because as we go, we're going to kind of elaborate on a lot of these subjects. So today, yes, I advise, and as a non-financial advisor, just a person on the internet, that you get a credit card. And there's many reasons for this. Your credit score is definitely one of them. Getting a credit card and paying it off regularly can help with your credit score. Even more so if you know what your limit is on your credit card. Let's say your limit is $1,000, right? If you keep that under 10%, so you keep your monthly spending under that 10%, that will help you even more with your credit score. So pay it off right away, keep the payments low, but use it. It's a great thing. Like I said before, if I had known when I was a kid or younger, I would have gotten a credit score and I would have charged like a cup of coffee on it once a month just so that I had it. And then if, I needed to, I could spend a little bit more. But my point being is that I would use it, pay it off right away, and keep my spending very low on it. So you should do that. If you don't have a credit card, you should think about getting a credit card. Now, there are a multitude of different options when we are talking about credit cards, depending on your current credit score, that will dictate what you're approved for. But just because you're not in the ranking for a credit card doesn't mean that you can't apply for it. If you feel that, my credit score is X, but this one, the rating's a little higher, it's a slimmer likelihood that I'll get accepted for it, still can try for it. If you get it, that's great. Most of the time when you're dealing with quote unquote better credit cards, you're going to get either more money back, points, miles. You might even get better rates on things. And then, credit cards do all sorts of stuff. I actually currently use Amex, and this may be something that some people may think about and go, ooh, because Amex is a paid charge card. Charge cards are different in credit cards because charge cards are actually built to be paid off each month, while credit cards, you can get credit on them. Now, technically, you can get credit on a charge card, but the rates are much higher, and technically, you shouldn't be using the credit portion of a credit card. You should try to be paying it off each month. So in the end, they're basically very similar. Amex has, minus their cash rewards card, they have a paid model where you actually pay for a yearly fee for the credit card. I get a bunch of extra bonuses that I use through the card, which makes it very much worthwhile for me in the long run. And I currently have, just to be completely transparent, I currently have the Platinum card, which I'm absolutely loving. Although the rate did go up to $750 a month, it is still worthwhile for me because I still get more out of the card than I spend on the card. But it's definitely something that you want to consider. Do you want to pay a yearly fee? Does it make sense for you? Are you getting enough out of the card? But yeah, so credit cards, get one. Try to look for something that has some amount of either cash back or points value on something that makes sense in your life. Amex is a travel and, staying places and eating food kind of credit card. It's very much, the traveling kind of thing. You get a lot of points on travel. But if you don't have a travel lifestyle, if you're not traveling a lot, then it doesn't make so much sense to get something that you get benefits and more points when you do travel. You may, want to look into something that's like a 2% cash back all the time card. Those tend to be a little easier just because, you know what you're getting all the time. Every time I spend X money, I'm getting 2% back. And as long as I'm paying that off every month before it's due, then really I'm making money on the credit card. And that's the big thing here. You can make money using a credit card. Yeah, it's not going to be a ton of money, but you're definitely getting something back from using that card. And if you're not using the credit portion of it, then it really is a benefit. That is an investment that pays off. So this is kind of our first touch base into investing. We've talked about investing in ourselves, which is very important. And we'll get into investing a little bit more this month, like I mentioned. But yes, credit cards. If you don't have one, look at getting one. But shop around and be careful, especially if you have a low credit score. There are a lot of credit scams out there. So before you sign up and give any information, make sure you look into the card first to find out if it's reputable. You can go on Google, search around, get reviews. You'll find out pretty much everything you need if you start doing Google searches. Because if they've scammed people before, you'll likely see it. But yeah, try to get the best payback for whatever you're going to be using. Obviously, the higher your credit score, the easier that'll be. But the more that you use a credit card, again, less than 10%, pay it off right away, the higher your credit score will get. This will actually help you build your credit score and allow you to get even better credit cards, switch out to something else. So that's today's lesson. I apologize I lied to you before. I did it for the greater good, I swear. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did like this video, feel free to give me a like. If you're enjoying this series, feel free to subscribe. Always appreciate it. I'd be interested from you, what kind of credit card you're using. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Why? Feel free to leave that in the comments below. And yeah, you can always hit me up on Twitter in the description link. And that was a weird way of saying that. And I will see you tomorrow for another lesson. All right, guys. See ya.